All right, good evening, everyone. It is Monday, May 8th, 2023, is the second half of today's MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, I'm Martin, joined by my co-host here, Mr. Big Marcel.
Yo, what's up?
Whoa, man, you got a lot of energy, dude. We're going to be previewing UFC Charlotte. It takes place this Saturday at the Spectrum Center. That's where the Charlotte Hornets play. My company, Marcel, the gambling.com, or the bookies, I should say, like, they're based in Charlotte. So I remember I was there last year, right? Bro, I was hoping, because I think I was there the same week last year as it would be this year for the event. So I was like, please send us back, but we're not going back. I was going to say this in the last episode. I don't know if I said it, but looks like I'm going to be at UFC 290 or so. So that's going to be awesome, guys. I'll be in Vegas. I'm definitely going to be in Vegas. If you guys want to meet up, let me know. I'll be there for a couple of days. I want to be able with as many people as possible. I'm definitely meeting with James, with Nick. Marcel, you should come too. That's all I'm going to say. You should come, man. You should come. Anyways, UFC 290, though, guys. Let me know if you're going to be there. We'll definitely hook up if we can. All right, let's
what do you think about the main card, actually?
Oh, I'm sorry. For this card, or?
No, 289. Where are you going to? What do you think about the main card?
No, I'm not going to 289. I'm going to 290.
Oh, you're going to 290?
I'm going to Las Vegas, bro. I'm not going to Vancouver. I'm going to Las Vegas.
Wow.
We're going for – so my work is sending us to Vegas for like a retreat, basically to thank everyone in the company for working hard. Like, I work for such an awesome company. And also the guys at RotoWire. I don't know if Cole's going, because Cole actually works for them, but I don't know if he's going to this. But it's gonna be awesome. They were talking about it, like, we're really excited to have you guys. We're gonna have you there for a couple of days. So basically, like, I was just talking to my boss. I was like, can I go a few days early to watch the UFC? And they have no problem with it. So I'll be going out there for the card. Awesome. Going to apply for my credential, see if I can get that. If not, I'll just go as a fan. It's not a big deal either way. It'd be cool to do, obviously be backstage and everything, but bro, honestly, like, I'm going to be in Vegas for a few days, so either way, I'll be watching the fight. I'm looking forward to it. Again, if you guys are going to be there, 290 in July 8th, let me know if they'll be there that day, because I will, and I'll definitely like to say hi to people if I haven't met them before, and they're there. All right, let's
By the way, Adam, it's maybe good to say about next week that we have a different day next week.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that. Next Monday, I can't go do the podcast. Excuse me. I can't do the podcast Monday because I'm going to Blink 182 concert. So I'm going to that concert, which is awesome. Yeah, dude. This is like the anthem of my youth. So I'm going to see them with a couple buddies from high school. Should be awesome. Actually, from elementary school. We were listening to Blink when we were on the playgrounds, man. No, I'm looking forward to it, guys. Next Monday, no podcast because I can't do it. So we'll shift it to Tuesday, Marcel. Is that
yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
We're gonna do Tuesday next week. That will be the two. The Charlotte recap and the Dern Angela Hill preview. That fight, by the way, is off this card. That is the main event of next week's card now because Marini Aldana and Raquel Pennington are off that card. So there was a switch up there. Are you going to Patrick? If you're there, definitely hit me up, man. Marcus, man, I don't know if you're in the chat, but dude, I imagine you're going to be at Vegas. Yeah, this card looks sick, guys. It's a good one to go to. And again, I'm going to be in Vegas for work, so I'm like, all right, I might as well go to the card while I'm there. Hopefully I can cover it. If not, I'll just watch as a fan. It doesn't matter to me. And like I said, I already talked to Nick. Nick Kalika is the boss of this. Hopefully, meeting up with him and Johnny, guys, for a drink. That would be fucking awesome. So that's also part of the plan. I can't wait. All right, let's get into this card, man, because that's why you guys tuned in for this podcast, right? You turned in for our UFC Charlotte preview. Mark, so I ask you this every time. Your overall thoughts of the card. Give me the rating before the card starts, and then we give it after as well.
I would give it a 7. I think it's a pretty decent card. Definitely the main card looks really good. We finally have the better fights on the main card. That's also it's almost so unique for the UFC. Yeah, it's pretty. I think it's a pretty fun card. I wonder if they're gonna bump up Matt Brown against Kurt McGee to the main card. I would think they will, but we'll see.
Yeah, so they obviously lost the main card fight. They'll probably put another 5th one on there. That fight would make sense. I mean, there's a lot of fights that they could, put on potentially. All right.
Well, they should maybe call Williams against Chase Sherman because they need an extra heavyweight fight on the main card, of course.
Right, they always like that. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's start with the first fight here. We got Jessica Rose Clark taking on UFC newcomer Tainara Lisboa. Odds for this one, -120 on Jessica Rose Clark, Tainara Lisboa +100. Clark opened at -155, so some money's coming in on the newcomer here. What do you think, man? Like, be honest, didn't know much about her before, but I know a little bit more about her now. What do you think about this girl?
Then you go first on this one.
Oh, okay. I knew you were going to do that to me. I mean, I still, even after watching some tape, I don't feel like I have a great read on her, so like I can't bet on this fight. This is it's kind of a tricky fight. I think. I mean, I think a lot of people will like Clark because of her experience in the UFC, and she's a pretty good fighter. But like, she is coming off 2 straight submission losses. Someone I don't really feel like backing at this point. And then Lisboa, I watched a couple of fights. So I watched the fight with Nora Dumont. That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to take from it. She got taken down by a big girl and got tapped out. I saw the Valentina Shevchenko fight. That's from 13. Like, is it even relevant? I don't know. I watched it anyways. I checked it out. Some of the recent fights I checked out as well. I mean, she looks pretty good, but the opposition's horrible, right? 1-4, 0-1, 0-0, 0-0, 0-0. Like, that's so bad. And Norma was actually 0-0 when she beat her. So Norma, at the time we didn't think she was good, but sure to be a pretty good fighter. I'm just saying, like, this girl doesn't have a lot of experience. Like, it's just a weird fight, man. It's weird. And then Clark, obviously, tons of experience now in the UFC, but has been struggling lately. Like, at one point she was 4-2 in the UFC, and now she's at one point she was 5-2 actually. Now she's 4-2, and now she's 2-4 in her last 6. So completely, went the other direction. I don't know, man. This is kind of tricky, like, because I think the other girl could win, but at the same time, like, I don't think I saw enough that I could pick her to beat someone that's established in the UFC without having seen her actually beat someone that's better than 1-4. That is the level of competition is just very head scratching here. Because of that, I can't pick her. I do think she's a live dog, Lisboa. I'll take Clark to win decision, but the other girl potentially could win the fight. I would stay away from her personally. What do you think, Ben?
I don't know. But to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm picking Lisboa by TKO in the second round.
Are you really?
Yeah, to make it a little bit more interesting because, I mean, why not taking the gamble? I mean, Jessica Rose Clark, she's decent, but man, I mean, knowing Lisboa probably doesn't have the armbar. It's difficult, It's like too much of an unknown actually to go for somebody, but Jessica has looked great as of lately, so I take a little bit of a gamble here.
I'm a little surprised you went with TKO just because I think Jessica is really durable, but it's possible, right? Like, this girl's a complete wild card. I feel like we have them in every card now. We'll have that Bedoya guy last week, Marcel. Like, he was a complete wild card. What was that girl, Alex Silva? Her? Like, you're getting these fighters that we don't know a lot about they're having some success. So, like, I think this girl could potentially win the fight, and I don't blame you for taking that pick. I think it's definitely possible. I'll stick with the veteran here to win a decision like she usually does, but I'm not confident, guys. Marcel, something's really blowing loud back there.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay, no worries. It's pretty loud. Lisboa and Dumont pro debut against each other. It's kind of crazy, Can't play Clark. I mean, I don't blame you, dude. Clark, I don't know what her arm is. Someone's asking about it, George. I don't know. I mean, she's fighting again, George. She's been training in Texas with her new boyfriend. So hopefully that reunites spark in her. What's up, Paul? How's it going, man? Glad to have you. You're Paul from the Discord chat. Awesome, man. All right, I think we're good there. Marcel, let's go to the next fight here. We got Bryan Battle taking on Gabe Green. Someone was saying there's a lot of close fights, right? I think it was you, Paul. Dude, I completely agree. This is another one, Marcel. You have another basically pick-em fight. So you have 2 in a row, essentially, to open the card. Right now, Gabe Green is minus 135. Bryan Battle plus 110. Bryan Battle opened at minus 125. So against a slight shift in the odds, not as much really as the Clark one, where it's she went for a favorite to basically a pick 'em now. But still, Green flipped over in a way. So he is favored now. What do you think of this one, man? Another kind of tricky fight, right?
Yeah, they should battle on a green mat, I think.
You were saving that awful joke, just for now.
Yeah, I did. I actually did. I feel like it's a close fight. Gabe Green's a tough guy. Lost his last fight against Ian Machado, Garry. Battle lost his last fight against Rinat Fakhretdinov by getting pretty much out-wrestled and getting kept on the ground. Besides that, I have more trust in Battle, man, getting it done. I think he wins a unanimous decision, but I'm far from sure. I wouldn't bet on this fight at all. Dude,
same. I'm staying away from this one too, guys. This is kind of a weird one. Gabe Green's I don't know what to think of this guy. I'm breaking down the fight.
Insane.
I don't know what to think about him. He's pretty tough, obviously. He survived that fight with Delaney and then came back and won. So he's got good. I think he's got good cardio. We'll say that he's pretty tough, but the striking's not super technical. It's not super powerful, at least in the UFC. The ground game, he says it's there. I haven't seen it yet. I mean, maybe he has some decent wrestling. We don't know. Battle, I think has done pretty well in the UFC 3-1. That's not bad, Again, some of the guys he fought were not great. Like Sato was not a great fighter. That head kick was nasty though. Gore, he's kind of mixed, right? Mixed bag, Tristan Gore. And then Arena, I don't know if he's in the UFC. I don't think so. But then again, you look at the show, he actually beat Petrovsky. That's a nice win. It's a great win, actually. He also has that win over Impa as an amateur. He's been in the game for a while now. The fight against Renat, I could kind of throw it away, Marcel, I feel like, because that guy's, that fight probably shouldn't have been made. They probably should have kept him away from Renat because, he wasn't the Ultimate Fighter. Like, why are you giving him this, beast of a wrestler who can also strike? Like, Renat might be a contender very soon, right? He beats most guys in the division, in my opinion. So I don't really take a lot from that loss, but at the same time, like, the guys battle has been beating aren't good either. So, like, that's why, to me, it's hard to have confidence in him here, right? I just don't know where he fits in. Kind of feel the same about Green, though. Yeah, I guess you said battle decision. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That was kind of what I was leaning. I guess I'll stick with that lean, guys. But again, I do feel like this is a fight where Green can win. I'll just stay away from it. So, yeah, it's just technically these battles are okay. I guess it's a consensus dog, Marcel, because he's plus 110. But it doesn't feel like it. It's like kind of this is a toss-up fight. I think this fight should be minus 110 each. That's what I think. So, all right. He is a Charlotte local. That was the other thing I was going to mention. That is definitely a plus for him. I think. And the weight cut definitely worries me a little bit, Paul. And I think that, as you saw in the Renat fight, he's going to get tired if the fight goes on. That's why we were picking a decision here, but it's a different matchup, right? There won't be as much wrestling in this fight, I don't think, unless Battle's the one doing the takedowns, maybe. I think you'll see a lot of open space fighting too. Anyways, it could be a good fight. I really don't know. I don't know what to think about it. Picking Battle, but I'm not confident, basically. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We got Yeon Kim taking on Mandy Bohm. Is that right, Marcel? Did I get that one?
Mandy Bohm, yeah.
And all right, Kim minus 225, Bohm plus 180. Your pick.
Yeah, I'm picking Yeon Kim. I think Yeon Kim is overall better. Mandy Bohm. Listen, man, I like her, but she hasn't impressed me so far. And Yeon Kim, I feel like she got screwed in some of her fights as of lately. Definitely the one against Priscilla Cachoeira. I think she clearly won that fight, and she didn't get the decision there. I feel like the Edwards fight could have been hers as well. And she lost before to McCann in a close fight, and she lost to Alexa Grasso, which is not a champion. So she's on a four fight losing skid. I'm still with Kim here, man. I taking Kim. I even think she can finish her, man. To be really honest, I take her TKO in the second or third round.
I'll take her too. I mean, how can you not, right? Because Bones look just so bad in the UFC. I will say this though, guys. Like, I was looking at this morning, and I'm like, all right, I like her here. I'm like looking at the line. I'm like, all right, maybe she's bet worthy. But then, what worries me is the 42% takedown defense. Like, it's bad, and Bohm has no takedowns in the UFC yet, right? But like, that would be her path in this fight, to grapple. Maybe she goes out there and just starts actually spamming takedowns. But at the same time, I'm looking at her first two fights in the UFC. She only attempted 3 takedowns combined in her first 30 minutes in the octagon. Like, it's like there's no game plan with her. Like, she should be taking her opponents to the ground, or at least trying to, at all means. I haven't been impressed. Marcel, I haven't been impressed with her at all. I remember when she came to the UFC. I remember I did the tape study, and I'm like, don't know why she got signed. Like, she's not that good. Then again, Kim, lost 4 straight. Although some of those fights could have went her way if the judges went the other way, right? So she's so competitive in her fights, even though she's losing them. I have to pick her here, Marcel. I'm just saying there is a path to victory for Bohm if she chooses to use it. I just don't think she will. I think she'll fight, with a bad IQ again, stay in the feet, probably get picked apart. But maybe do enough clinching to survive the decision. I guess I'll go Kim by decision. I'll be my pick on that one.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's the Jagus WMA. Oh, we didn't even talk about that in the last fight with the Jagus fight canceling, guys.
Yeah.
I apologize.
It sucked.
Yeah, that sucked. And the guy's haircut looked awesome too. So, and his tweets are hilarious. Boom's look so bad. Am I doing it right, Wani? Boom. I kind of like saying it for some reason, Marcel. Like, it's. Can you say it one more time, dude?
Yeah, Mandy Bohm.
There you go. What happened to you? Why you're on camera? What are you doing?
Oh, my dick was stuck between my zippers, so I had to. No, just kidding. I don't know what happened. Give me a sec. There we go.
I was gonna make a joke about that, but then you went and said it yourself. So there you go. Marcel is back, everyone. Okay. So the next fight is a fight that yeah, we've already talked about this fight last week. Natan Levy against Pete Rodriguez. So we broke it down. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago now, wasn't it? So,
Levy decision.
That fight got canceled, but my thoughts don't change at all. Levy wins a decision. I picked her by submission. Excuse me. That's my thoughts because I think Rodriguez won't have the cardio to go 15, and the fight was pushed back in part reportedly because he was having problems making the weight limit, right? So don't really understand why this guy is dropping to 155. I don't think it's going to go well for him either way. I think that Levy's one of the better Contender Series guys at this point. Really good grappling, takes him down, and eventually gets his back and submits him with a rear naked choke. That's my prediction. So I'll take him by submission. Pete knockout? I mean, maybe. I don't really see it though. Why'd they choose to be during? I think it should have been Smith and Walker, but that fight was supposed to be the main event. Maybe something happened, or maybe Smith or Walker was like, "I'm not doing 5 rounds." I don't know what happened there. Yeah, I like Chavez too. I mean, he's a funny dude. All right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I like. Odds Smoker. Levy by sub. That's what I like too. All right, go to the next one, Marcel. We got another one that I think we'll have the same pick on this one. Carlos Ulberg against Ihor Potieria duelist. Odds on this one: Ulberg minus 400, plus 300 on Ihor Potieria. I'll say it right now; those odds are a little inflated. I mean, this is a light heavyweight fight. They both have power. That's a little heavy, but on paper, Ulberg is the superior technical striker. He should have more power too. You should win the fight, but I don't know, man. This guy's still the cardio, man. I don't know. And the other guy's super wild. Like, it's kind of a risky one. I don't know if I'd lay the 4-1 on. I'll just say it right now. I mean, he's one of the bigger favorites on the card. I'm going to pick Ulberg. I'll take him by knockout, obviously. But, like, I don't know. The other guy's kind of a wild card too. These are some tricky fights, man, in my opinion. I'll take the favorite again. But, again, I think I picked a lot of the favorites. Or I did pick Battle, actually. But there's going to be some dogs that win here, man. I don't know. Maybe not this one, but this guy just kind of is so wild, Marcel, that he could clip Ulberg or something. It would suck to like lay 4-1 on a guy and just get like Hail Mary KO'd or something like that, or even the gasses out like the Kennedy fight. I don't know. What do you think, man?
It's difficult, man. But yeah, I feel like I really feel like they're trying to push Ulberg. Yeah, that's what I feel with the UFC. And with Potieria, I'm still pissed about what he did to Shogun, but in all fairness, he did what he had to do. But I really feel like the UFC wants to make Ulberg a star for the simple reason that they like that he's the teammate of Israel Adesanya. They like his style, and he looks good. Let's be honest, So
he's like the Drew Dober of this division, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much the Luke Rockhold of light heavyweight.
Yeah,
it's like pretty much that. He's also a male model, so he's really marketable definitely for the female fans, or even also for the gay guys probably. But yeah, that's probably why.
Maybe they should go on the main card then. Now that you say that, like maybe they should bump this fight up, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's gonna win. I think he knocks him out. I think.
Yeah, I'm just saying this guy I don't know, he's kind of wild. That's what I'm saying with Potieria, right? Like, he swings, and remember that fight he had against the guy in Contender? That was pretty nasty knockout, so I don't know. But yeah, Ulberg's obviously way more technical, big power, great team. How do you not pick him here, right? I get it. I don't know, the odds. To me, it's a little high. You open him minus 285. I agree, George. I agree with you. Juan says you'll leave minus 1,000. I mean, I think if he was minus 1,000, people would still parlay him, but not me. Mismatch, probably, yeah. The fight with Shogun is so weird to me still. Like, so they gave Shogun this guy that ends up destroying it. Like, we both thought, okay, they're giving him something he could beat, he gets destroyed. Then they gave this guy to Ulberg to get destroyed. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't really understand kind of that, process, but I don't know. All right, let's go to the next fight here, Marcel. We'll go to the next one here, guys. We got Cody Stamann taking on Douglas Silva, the Andrade. And the odds for this fight are minus 165 on Cody Stamann, plus 135 on Douglas Silva, the Andrade. Man, I want to hear your pick on this one because I actually think this fight's being slept on by people for sure. This is an awesome fight. I like this fight a lot. What do you think, man?
It's another difficult fight, man, because the thing is, like, Stamann was on a really bad skid, three fight losing skid, and then came back. He won against Wineland, and he won against Luan Lacerda last time out. Douglas Silva and Andrade is a tough fight for almost everybody. Goes hard. Dude looks like he has a Brazilian abs on his body. Still, man, I favor Stamann, man. I don't think that Douglas gets him out of there, and I favor Stamann with his stop wrestling and probably with his cardio. So I would pick Stamann by decision in this one.
Yeah, you're right. It's tricky. I'm going to go the other way in this one, Marcel. I'm going to go with the dog. All right, so I'll make an argument for him. Yeah, woof. I think that this guy's pretty underrated, man. I don't think this guy gets his credit. I think the fight with Saeed was super close. Like, he could have won the decision in that fight. It was very, very close. Same with the fight with even Lerone. He got knocked out by Yeon, or not knocked out. It was like a corner stoppage, and then obviously Font beat him, right? But he's been competitive with everyone, man, his whole career. He's had some great knockout wins. He's had some comeback wins. He's a tough dude. Good. He's got pretty good, defensive grappling. It's 69%, but I think it's decent, overall. And then the striking's obviously there. And Stamann, obviously, I'm not going to take it with him either. He's a good fighter too. He's a great wrestler. As we know, his striking's improved a bit, but I still think he's kind of does everything, all the basics really well, right? I think that's kind of like what I look at him as. And I think Andrade can kind of stifle the takedown attempts, keep the fight standing, and be the more effective striker in this fight. That's what I think is going to happen here. So I'm going with the dog, Marcel. Douglas Silva de Andrade. Douglas Silva de Andrade. I don't know how you fucking say his nickname in there, but Douglas Silva de Andrade. I guess that's how you go. I'm going to take him by decision. I'll take him by decision. I think the fight goes the distance. Both very tough dudes. Yeah, it's close, but I'll take the dog. Cody reminds me of miniature Mike Chandler. Yeah, a little bit. Cody's too technical. Yeah, he's more technical, but man, Douglas is a good fighter. Oh, I missed his call, but Mexican. No idea. I have no idea. Is he even on the roster anymore? I don't know.
I think he is, but I have no idea what's up with him.
All right, let's go to the next fight here. This is another fight we've talked about in the past. Karl Williams against Chase Sherman. Odds for this one this time around, -400 on Karl Williams, +310 on Chase Sherman. Do your thoughts change at all? I mean, this fight's been booked, I want to say, 2 or 3 times now? Like, we both picked Williams the second time? Yeah.
Was originally Chase against Chris Barnett for 287.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still picking Karl Williams.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the method of finish. What do you think?
He either decisions him or he subs him in the first or second round. I go with finish, actually, man. I think he takes him down and he finishes him.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. So is it a ground and pound or is it like a rear naked choke?
Ground and pound. Let's say ground and pound.
So you're saying TKO now. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of tricky to determine the method because I'm.
Yeah, I said submission. Now I want to say ground and pound.
I'm looking at his record now. He has no submission wins. Not to say he can't get it here, but I'm thinking ground and pounds him too. That's what I think. I don't see any way he doesn't get him down. I'll say that right now. I think it's even if he doesn't finish him, he's going to be wrestling him for 50 minutes. Like, terrible matchup for Chase Sherman. The guy just fights anyone, right? So, yeah.
Maybe if he loses, they can rematch him against Braxton Smith.
Yeah. They give Chase the hardest fights, man. They honestly do. Yeah, the guys in the chat are like Williams ML. You don't like that one. You don't like that bet, Paul? I mean, listen, like I'm not going to lay 400 on a heavyweight fight, low level guys, straight up. But I could see people wanting to parlay him. I get it. I think he wins. Like of all the fights so far, this is kind of the most obvious one, isn't it? It really is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. Unless actually Natan Levy, I think, is also one that, like, I'd just be surprised if you lost that fight personally. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. So this right now, I think, is the final prelim, Marcel, but it could be pushed to the main card. You were saying
right? They should do it. They should do it honestly.
All right, so this might end up being on the main card. I think it should open the card, but if not, it's a great prelim finisher, and we have Matt Brown taking on Court McGee in the welterweight division. Such a great fight. Right now, we got the odds -210, Court McGee +175, Matt Brown. The odds open Matt Brown -160, Court McGee +140. The odds had been going like really towards Court McGee the last few days. I just wonder as word got out that Matt Brown's injured or something because the line movement's pretty crazy on this fight, guys. Like it's completely flipped and now it's completely the other way. So I don't know, man. What are you thinking for this fight? Again, Brown open favorite. now he's a decent underdog. Actually, Bet Online, he's almost plus 200 now. So like he's a pretty big underdog here. What do you think, man?
Honestly, I think Matt Brown wins the fight, dude. That's what I think. Although he's 42, and just like you, we don't really like to pick over 40-year-olds. Yeah. I think he's still competitive, man. You saw in his last fight against Barberina, he's still super competitive and could have won the fight. Was super close,
Yeah.
And I feel like, listen, man, maybe against any younger guy in the division, I would pick the other way, But Court McGee, I feel like Court McGee, I think he's 3 or 4 years younger than Matt Brown, but he's also pretty much on this end of his career, in my opinion, So it's kind of like who I still are higher on. I'm still higher on Matt Brown, to be really honest. So I'm picking him with a decision.
Yeah. I don't blame you, but the line movement worries me, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, it really does. Because I noticed lately these fights where the line movement is going one direction, the fighter's winning. I am scared of the line movement here. So it's like there's been a lot of fights. Actually, even last week, the Jandiroba and Rodriguez fight, that line was going all towards Jandiroba. And it should have scared me off a little bit, It did a little bit, and I was still like, no, I got to take a shot in Marina at, even like at pick and price, but it didn't end up working well. I'm just saying, like, this is almost too good to be true, I think, on Matt Brown at plus 175, plus 195. It's almost too good to be true because, honestly, man, like, I think this is like a toss-up fight, and, like, at those odds, how do you not take him, right? How do you not take him at 2-1 odds in what should be a competitive fight? Like, these odds are suggesting either that he's injured or there's some sharp money that's come on McGee that think, hey, he is going to take him down at will and control him on the ground for like the majority of these 50 minutes. Because that's what he did to Brahim Miaj and Silva, right? But then he got complete starch against McGee, against Marcel McGee. And that's after a long career of like having a good chin. Maybe the chin's going a little bit now, potentially. Right now he's fighting Matt Brown, who I think has the most knockouts of all time at welterweight. I'm pretty sure he does, right? Matt Brown's a dog. Matt Brown's tough as fuck. The line movement's the thing that's scaring the shit out of me for this fight. I'm not going to lie. It really is. The fact that it's moved so much. Again, something either leaked information or just so much sharp money has come in on Court McGee. The books are like, we have to, really watch our risk here on him because they're so convinced he wins. Really struggling, Marcel. Like I know maybe that's not something you've looked at as much, Marcel, like the line move, but lately, when the line flips, it scares
me. If you don't look at that, who would you pick?
Matt Brown. So I'm going to pick him. So yeah, good call. I'm just saying it worries me. It's almost too good to be true, right? Like you're getting almost 2-1 odds on it, and I think it's a toss-up fight. So I'm with you on it's a weird line movement. It's weird. If he loses, I might have to just make a rule where like the line movement going forward, just like an unwritten rule that like if the line flips completely, I just can't bet either side. Just stay away from it. If I like the one side.
We probably should know if they are write it down when those things
happen. I'll remember this. Trust me, I'll remember this one. By the way, this comment's funny. The guy said his son got his first job. He's making 16. My first job was like $10 an hour, I think.
My first job, I got €3 an hour, and that's like $4. So.
Yeah, well, Canadian money's like monopoly money.
But that was 15.
Yeah. Mine was a long time ago. All right, we'll go to the next fight, Marcel. We got the opening main card bout here, guys, and we got a great one as Tim Means takes on Alex Morono in the UFC welterweight division. This fight should be awesome. I mean, I can't see any way it's not going to be good. Two guys that are fan favorites. Odds for this one, Alex Morono minus 225. Tim Means the Dirty Bird plus 185. What do you think, man? The Great White or the Dirty Bird? Who are you picking, Marcel?
Yeah, good question. Alex Morono, like I always say, I'm still disappointed in him and his nickname. He should have taken nickname the Moron. Would be much funner. The Moron Morono. I like Alex a lot, man. I think Alex is a really good fighter. I think he screwed up against Ponzinibbio because he was looking really good when he fought him. He got knocked out in the third round after pretty much dominating the fight, in my opinion. Before that, at a 4-fight win streak, looked good in those fights. I was closing into the top 15, but yeah, he lost to Ponzinibbio. Now he's to fight Tim Means. Tim Means, tough veteran. He's almost 40 years of age. I think he's 39 now. Lost his last 2 fights against Kevin Hall and Max Griffin. A split against Max Griffin, which should have been unanimous, to be really honest. Listen, man, I'm a big fan of Tim Means, to be really honest. I always liked him. I always like Tim Means, but I got to go with the younger guy here. I'm going to go with Morono here. I think Morono has a lot more upside than Tim Means right now. And if he doesn't get clipped again, like last time against Ponzinibbio, which I don't expect to happen here, I think Morono wins the fight. I'm taking him by decision.
By the way, that's why I like my comment about the Canadian money being like monopoly money. Trust me, it's not worth that much compared to U.S. money. Yeah, I'm with you on this one too. So my initial thoughts were, hey, I'll take a shot maybe on Means as a dog, but then it's like he's 39 years old, man. I can't do it. Like, and not only that, but Means is losing lately. He's not on a win streak. Like if he was on a win streak, it's different. He's losing now, so I don't think he's looked great the last couple of fights. Obviously, Holland submitted him, and then Griffin won a split, but even Means was like shaking his head. He's like, nope, there's no way I won this fight. And that judge gave it to him. Love Tim Means, don't get me wrong. Love the Dirty Bird.
Me too.
And he actually has some advantages in this fight because he's taller, longer. He has the advantage almost every fight, let's be honest, right? But I just feel like Morono's like almost like a better version of him in some ways. Like I think Morono's going to have as much volume, if not more. And then I think Morono probably would be the guy. I know the numbers kind of suggest Means is more of the guy likely to land a takedown, but I feel like it would be Morono personally. I feel like Safe might be like, hey, go for a takedown. Like just because the coach and the fight IQ. But most likely it's going to stay in the feet. And you have a guy that Morono, like he just got knocked out, right? That's the problem. That for me, that's the only problem is that he's coming off the knockout loss because, bro, he was looking good against Santiago Ponzinibbio. He was looking great. He was winning the fight. We're like, wow, he's going to pull off this win, and then he gets completely starched out of nowhere late in the fight. So it's a little worrisome, but looked great before that. It has some decent wins, so has a lot of experience now in the UFC. They both do, obviously, Means it's tons of fights, but yeah, I got to go with Morono, Marcel. I think decision. You think decision?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good fight. I'll think about decision too. So that's my pick. A couple of guys in the chat are saying Morono too. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Ian Machado Garry taking on Daniel Rodriguez D-Rod. And the odds for this one, Marcel, Ian Garry is actually a pretty hefty favorite here. He is minus 250, plus 200 on D-Rod. What do you think, man?
What I think of this fight, it's Ian Garry. I still don't know where I should put him. You know what I mean? I feel like he's talented. I feel like he still makes a lot of mistakes as well. You saw in the Son Canal fight, he got too comfortable. He got dropped, almost got finished. I think if this happens to him against Daniel Rodriguez, he's done. You know what I mean? Daniel Rodriguez doesn't let him get off the hook if he knocks him down, I think. And I think Garry is more hesitant in this one. I think he takes his time, probably goes with volume striking. I know Daniel Rodriguez likes to strike as well, but it's always really stationary in my opinion. I would like if Rodriguez can put a real fight up against him. I think Gary's gonna take it safe. And he wins a decision. That's what I think. And I think that's what the UFC thinks as well. That's why they booked this fight.
Dude, there's no doubt. Actually, Dana White said this last week, or maybe it was like a few days ago with the presser. He said like these kind of cards are like showcase cards. That's what he said. That really intrigued me. The main card is a showcase card. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to showcase young talent, and Ian Garry is one of them. The UFC would not book this fight unless they thought he would win the fight. So, again, my initial thought looking at this fight is like, man, D-Rod is a plus 200 dog, right? But, like, I just think Garry matches up pretty well with him, guys. I think he's going to be able to stand with him and throw the same amount of volume. He was a lot younger. He's 11 years younger, right? D-Rod, let's be honest, hasn't looked great the last couple of fights. Didn't look very good against Steel Magny. The Lee fight he won, but it was very competitive. It was on short notice, so let's give him credit. But it was after a year-long layoff. And again, he's 36. He's turning 37. He is not a young guy. So Ian Garry's only 25, right? Garry was, he got hurt pretty bad in that last fight against Son, but the fact that he recovered and the fact that he actually got a late finish showed a lot to me, man. I think that's the kind of wake-up call he needed, and I like the fact he's taking this fight so quickly after that fight. In a way, because he is still a young guy. I would hope it doesn't affect his training. We'll see, but I just like he's getting back in there. Last year when he fought at the beginning of the year, really, it's nice to see him get back in there. Hopefully, he'll fight 3 times this year. Yeah, of course.
Garry's a fun fighter, but they shouldn't give him the mic after the fight. You know what I mean?
It's just going to be like Connor.
Yeah, he's super cringy what he does, man, and it's actually kind of annoying. But I think he's a really talented fighter. You know what I mean? I think he's a talented fighter, but I feel like the UFC has him a little bit higher than where I have him, but I still think he can beat Daniel Rodriguez. You know?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the comments. Like a lot of you guys like Ihor. I don't blame you. Like again, the odds are nice. Like, but I just think Garry's going to be too technical for him, and he's very fast. You know, but again. Because the thing is, D-Rod's not like a one-punch knockout guy either. He's more of like a death by 1,000 cuts guy, right? Go watch that fight with that Preston Parsons guy. That was just like vintage D-Rod, just working the body, working the head, getting the finish, getting the guy out of there. He's a good fighter, man. I love D-Rod. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the UFC is giving Garry this chance because if he wins, Marcel, guess what? If he wins, he'll be ranked number 15th. So
yeah, for sure.
It's a huge fight for him, and I think
Rodriguez is 15, so
yeah, exactly. So it's a huge fight for the division, really. For that bottom of the division pecking order. All right, go to the co-main event here, and this fight was originally the main event. I don't know why it was switched. No one really seems to know, to be honest with you. I think people have asked Dana, and he just hasn't said. So, anyways, we got Anthony Smith taking on Johnny Walker, and the odds, Marcel, right now are actually a pick of -110 each. So the odds makers opened up Johnny Walker as a favorite, -155. Now he's down to a pick 'em. What do you think about that?
In my opinion, Johnny Walker is back where he was when he lost to Corey Anderson right now. You know, that's where he is right now, in my opinion. So, Smith can outwork him if he wants for 3 rounds. That's what I think can happen. But at the same time, I think Walker can knock him out as well in the first round. You know, and I'm gonna take that gamble. I think Walker knocks him out in the first round. That's what I think is going to happen. So I'm taking Walker first round knockout.
Me too. I'm taking him by knockout as well. And that's the way he wins his fights. I'm looking at his record right now in the UFC. All his wins are in the first round. 6 of them by or 5 of them by knockout, one by submission. So that's how he wins his fights. He wins it early if he wins. If not, he's going to lose late probably. Smith, I just can't trust him after that last fight. I mean, dude, like that was a vicious beating by Ankalaev. I think he broke his leg. It's crazy he's coming back. I hope he does well. I mean, it feels like he bounced back from the injury really quick. Listen, he looked good in that win streak he had. There's no doubt, right? I just think Walker's going to catch him and knock him out too. I have the same read as you, right? It's not like this is not the most technical analysis you'll ever hear about this fight guy. We both feel like he's going to catch him in the first round and knock him out. That's kind of the way. I know. Well, to be fair, Smith has actually been pretty durable in the UFC, but like if you look at the beginning of his career, he was getting a lot of knockout losses like early on. So. Just the way Walker fights, he fights so aggressive in that first round. And again, all his wins in the UFC are by knockout in the first round, guys, or submission. So I don't expect this to be any different, Marcel. Because if he doesn't knock him out, he probably loses the fight. So yeah, I'll take Johnny Walker by knockout too. A couple other comments here. People are saying, it looks like, again, some people are taking Smith, Marcel, and some are taking Walker. So. All right, go to the main event here, guys. We got a great fight. Just kidding. It's an okay fight, but I mean, really, I don't know if this is a fight that needs to be 5 rounds. That's the only criticism I have. But let's be honest, guys. It's a showcase fight for Jailton Almeida. He's -550. Rozenstruik's +400. I don't want to discredit Rozenstruik because I like this guy. I mean, he's a great striker. All of his wins are by knockout, I think, as well. Obviously, he has a Padres chance here. It's not like Almeida has been finished before. You know, Marcel, he's been knocked out, so it's possible he could catch him. But like the most likely way this fight plays out is Jailton just takes him down and beats the crap out of him or submits him really quick. Like I don't really see the fight going either way. Big E boy has never been submitted. I think this might be his first submission loss. That's what I think happens. Like Jailton's the biggest favorite in the card for a reason. He should absolutely win this fight. Take him down, beat him up, take his neck, choke him out. That's what I think happens. What do you think?
Yeah, so I'm likely going to interview Jailton Almeida this week. And Dennis going to interview Jairzinho Rozenstruik. So interview both main event guys. It's like Rozenstruik, like I said in another podcast in the Dutch one, Rozenstruik got 10-15 seconds to knock him out in the first round, you know? And after that, I think Almeida gets him to the ground. And I think Almeida TKO's ground and pound. That's what I think. If he doesn't TKO him, he probably subs him. But I feel better with the TKO ground and pound.
Right.
So first round, Jailton Almeida TKO ground and pound is what I think. I hate to say it for Biggie Boy because I really like him, but I like Jailton as well. I think he wins.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't really see I don't think Big Boy catches him, but that would be his path to victory. So that's the way to hedge out. And Rozenstruik by knockouts plus 425. So it's decent odds if you want to hedge. I'm just saying, but I think Jailton wins. So yeah, I like the sub at plus money. I like it. I think it's going to be the first submission loss for Rozenstruik. Yeah, I like it, guys. I think that wins. Because you don't have to lay 5-1, right? What's inside the distance? It's still probably terrible odds, right? Like minus 250, minus 350. Yeah, it's not good. You said TKO, right?
Yeah.
Odds for that. Let's take a look. Plus 185. Yeah, that could happen too, though, for sure. Almeida first round submission plus 225. Almeida first round knockout plus 425. Those are both interesting. Oh, by the way, what's Walker by first round knockout? Let's take a look at that. Walker by first round knockout plus 250, Marcel. It's actually down. Some people are betting on that. So I think people have the same kind of idea of us there. Anyways, yeah, I mean, I think it's a good card. You like this card?
It's a fun one, I think the right fights are on the main card right now. So, yeah.
Like talking about after we already did the breakdown. After this, what top 5 opponents Almeida get? Probably Curtis Blades, right? I would guess.
Yeah, it's possible.
Right? Because they're probably going to give up on Blades now as a prospect. All right, or not prospect, contender. You guys know what I mean. All right, let's go to the. We'll do Bellator really quick, okay, Marcel? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want me to pull it up? Let me do that.
That's not that hard of a card to pick, to be really honest.
Let's pull it up here. Yeah, we'll just go through some of the top fights. There's a lot of fights in this card, I think, right?
A lot.
There's a lot of fights. Yeah, there is. All right, let's go through a couple of them. All right, Gabe Mousasi, he's a big favorite as well. He is minus 250. Yeah, minus 280 actually. Sorry. Against Fabian Edwards, I think Mousasi wins. I like him here. Good odds. I mean, I think that's where it should be. Fabian Edwards is not bad, but Mousasi beats him for sure. You like him here?
I honestly don't know why Fabian Edwards is ranked number 2 in the Bellator.
Wait, what's Mousasi ranked?
1.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say he's above him. I was like, wait. What?
No, he's not. But I mean, it's like he lost to Vandervoort. Vandervoort is under him. He lost to Van Steenis. Van Steenis is under him. He got a win over Lyoto Machida, who is as old as my dad, pretty much right now. And he got the win over Charlie Ward, who is like Connor's doormat. So it's like, I don't know why he's so high, And Edwards has a huge gap in this ground game. I feel like, I think he's a fun striker. Listen, man, if Mousasi is on, he wins this fight. It's pretty clear and simple. If Mousasi isn't on, then I think he's pretty much done at middleweight. He probably goes to 205, but I think he wins this one.
Yeah, he wins. We got Mansour Barnaoui against Brent Primus. I mean, I like this Barnaoui guy. He's like fucking legit. He's minus 325. He wins. He absolutely wins.
He finishes as well.
Yeah. I agree. I was about to say the same thing, man. You stole my thoughts, bro.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, man. Thibaut Gouti against Kane Moussa. Who's the favorite here? Gouti is favorite. Gouti is favorite. Minus 180.
Kane wins.
Yeah, so you like the underdog there. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Douglas Lima against Wow, Douglas Lima is going from like main event title fights to headline to a main card opener now, eh? Wow.
Yeah, he went from 170 to 185.
He moved. Oh yeah, he moved up in weight. Oh wow. Okay, so he's taking on Costello Van Steenis, who I think beat his brother. Did he beat his brother or he lost to him? You know better than me.
No, Douglas fought against Mousasi. Mousasi's
I know, but didn't Costello fight Fabian Edwards before? I think they did.
Yeah, he won against Fabian.
Yeah, that's right. So he's gonna try to avenge his. Or I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're not brothers, but you know what I mean. Like, let's see here. The odds for this one: Douglas Lima. Oh, he's the underdog. He's plus 100. Wow. He actually opened at minus 170. Line flipped. What do you think, man? You think he should be underdog?
No Dutch bias here, but I think Costello wins. I really like Costello. He's a good fighter. His only loss in Bellator was against John Salter in a fight where he got pretty much control on the ground the first 2 rounds. The third round, he almost 10-8 him. But then Salter came back in the last minute and lost 10-9, so he lost 29-28. That's his only loss in Bellator so far, man. He just looked good. Douglas Lima, a little bit on a decline, I should say, but maybe he reinvented himself at 185. I'm not sure, but Costello is not the right opponent for him, I think. I think Costello wins.
There's a comment here about Douglas. Do you guys think not cutting the weight will extend his career? I hope so. I like Douglas Lima a lot, man.
I like him as well, by the way. Yeah,
love him, man. One of my all-time favorites. But yeah, I mean, he had to make a move to do something. Just a couple other fights. I guess. Is there anything else that you really stands out to you?
Saul Rogers against Davy Gallo is a fun fight. Saul Rogers wasn't the Ultimate Fighter for a lot of people who don't know. Yeah. He actually made it to the final. He lied on his application and he got taken off the final.
About what? A criminal record or something?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And Davy Gallo, I think Davy Gallo got that Rolling Thunder knockout over Ross Pearson some years ago in Probellum. He's a fun guy. He actually lost his last fight, I think, but he's a fun guy. Also, look at Jose Augusto, who fought Anthony Rumble Johnson. Actually,
oh wait, I just want to correct it. It's visa issues. Definitely wasn't criminal record.
Okay, visa issues.
I'm just guessing. You said it was. I had to double check.
He's fighting Simon Bijang. Bijang is a good prospect, man. He got a win over Luke Trainer. Comes from Ryzen, I think. He's Italian Cameroon. It's like a heavy. El Salino is heavy on the dude. He's a fun fighter. Yep. And also got to highlight my country girl, Denise Kielholz, who's fighting Paula Christina, which Denise is a former title challenger.
This surprised me. Brett Johns is like the third fight on the 20-fight card. Like
I don't think they ordered it yet. You know.
Oh, it's not okay, but like he's kind of like just like become like non-existent in the division now. Don't you feel like?
Yeah, what did he in this last fight again, Brett? I think he didn't win. Yeah, I think he didn't win.
No, he won. He beat this Jordan.
Oh, he lost to Sabatello. That's the thing. Yeah, when he came in.
His record in Bellator is 2-1. Yeah. Oh, maybe he shouldn't have left the UFC, man. He had some good wins, including Montel Jackson. I don't know. Who's the guy's fighting, though? Who's this guy?
I'm not really familiar with him, to be really honest.
LFA guy. Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
Juggle fight
guy. Okay, so he's had some decent competition as well. All right, it's interesting. Anything else you want to talk about from the Bellator?
Let me see the card again.
Sure.
Who's
this guy?
I don't know him. I think they recently signed him, if I'm correct.
Oh,
Sarvarjan Kamidov. Yeah.
How do you say his name?
Sarvarjan Kamidov.
Sarvarjan Kamidov. Oh, he beat this. He's a flyweight, right?
Oh, the liver kick, man.
Now I remember this guy. Yeah, he beat that Jose. That guy fought in the UFC. Jose Maria Tomei.
Yeah.
He fought John Lineker and was it Chris Carriazo maybe? I can't remember who was. I'm trying to put my memory on Dustin Ortiz. That was close. All right.
So right at the beginning of the flyweight division somewhere.
Yeah. John needs to go back to the UFC. This is good. When will UFC return to France?
September, first week of September, probably.
Oh, they're going. So you have intel.
Most likely first week of September.
When else are they coming back to Canada besides Vancouver? They're going to do another show in Toronto, do you think?
I haven't heard. I'm sorry,
dude. Look at this guy's lying, man.
I really don't know.
By the way, Brett Johns minus 400 favorite. I just saw that odds. And that guy that you're talking about, that comedy guy, minus 700. Holy shit. So that's crazy. Was there anything else you want to talk about, Marcel? Was there anything else you guys want to talk about just really quickly? Here's a question. We got a question here. Who does UFC trade for stamp fair tax?
Nobody.
Stamp. Yeah, I mean,
Stamp is not going to leave one
because
Stamp is
she's
not
like
going to
a
leave one.
superstar for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's just so popular in that part of the world, right? So
yeah. Somebody also asked me if Rotang ever going to fight in the UFC. It's like, nah, man.
He has one MMA fight. He did fight DJ. His takedown defense didn't look horrible at the beginning, and then he got taken down and submitted. But he, I don't know, people got to throw a roll on him because he only has that one MMA fight, you know. So I'm not talking to you, Patrick. I'm looking in the chat right now. I'm just saying, I've heard people like,
he's joking. He's joking.
He's just saying, no, I think that, Fairtex she'll never get traded, but hey, they did do a trade once, one championship in the UFC.
Yeah, but it was the guy they wanted to get rid of.
Yeah, and saying in the UFC they wanted to get rid of Ben. Any updates on Bones and Stevie? That's what we've heard. I think Dana said that last week too. Presumed gone headlines France. Yeah, obviously. He'd be fighting who? Curtis Blades? I mean, I don't know. You say Curtis Blades here, but who else is he going to fight? Probably has to fight Curtis, right?
Possible.
They're kind of down on both guys, I would imagine, after UFC would kill for Stamp's social media game. Yeah. That card was, I checked out highlights. I didn't watch the whole card, but it was pretty good. Yeah, the last UK card probably, I would say, right?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
So Dana said 3 at the beginning of the year, remember? He's
yeah.
I'll do 3, but now he's only going to do 2 probably. So
I think they're going to go back to Europe one more time in November or December.
But, where? Sweden? Are they going to Sweden?
Still, yeah.
No? When?
Yeah, I think it's Sweden.
When?
Somewhere November, December.
They're going to keep Hamza for that card?
That's very possible. Or they put him on the October Abu Dhabi card.
Bro, why is this guy not fighting? He should be headlining a pay-per-view right now. Why is he not
You
fighting?
You tell me.
I don't know. He said today, he tweeted out saying like that he's just waiting for a fight. Like, I don't get it. Like, he hasn't fought in almost a year now. It's crazy. It's freaking stupid. Isn't it stupid? I think it's dumb.
I agree.
Anything else you want to talk about? Is there anything else?
I'm thinking, man.
No worries. I'm just trying to get you. I don't want you to forget anything. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've said most of what I wanted to say.
Do you watch boxing at all? I don't.
I know Canelo won, right?
Yeah, Canelo won. Yeah, against Ryder or whatever. I mean, neither.
Yeah. All right, I think we're good. I think we're
watched Cage Warriors.
We probably finished.
Yeah, I've watched Cage Warriors on Saturday as well. So
here, Denise Kielholtz, what do you think about her? The question.
Thing is with Denise, man, I really like her, and she's like a super nice person as well. Super cool, very nice personality, super marketable as well. I think she has a fun style of fighting, but I feel like in her last fight she didn't look really good, man. She lost to Kana Watanabe on the ground. She lost to Ilara Joanny. And that was kind of really surprising to me that she lost to Ilara Joanny, and not that she got taken down there, but also the striking wasn't much better than Ilara Joanny's, and that was really surprising to me, The weird thing is that she's still ranked 5 spots above Ilara Joanny in Bellator rankings. But, I mean, she's a fun fighter, but she hasn't, listen, man, she fights Paula Cristina now. There's nothing for her in that fight to no upside in that fight for her. She fights a debuting girl, unranked. She's ranked. She has everything to lose. So she needs to win the fight. It's pretty clear and simple. If she loses the fight, she has I think she has a 6-6 record. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But I like her a lot.
I guess I had to be correct. I thought Canelo, I didn't see a fight. He said he won decision. Okay, I didn't see
he did.
Invicta, I know that the Jillian DeCruz lost her belt, I think.
Yeah.
I know one other girl had a finish. I didn't watch the card though. I know one girl had
Why is it she was Ryan Amanda before in Contenders and now it's Ryan Dos Santos or something? Why did that change?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But I guess I didn't check the card, so didn't get a chance to watch it. But anyways, I think we're good, Marcel. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys joining us. It was a lot of fun. Again, next Tuesday, Marcel, 7 p.m. Eastern. 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll do it next Tuesday, guys, because next Monday I'm away. So next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, back-to-back podcast, UFC Charlotte recap, and then UFC Durden and Hill preview. Appreciate you guys joining us in the chat again. And last question, Marcel, very last question we'll take from Paul. Answer this question, Marcel. When is George Hardwick getting the call-up?
I think anytime, man. I think he pretty much out of Contenders and the Cage Warriors, and he's a champion there. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on the July card. So I hope for him he gets signed. I think it's time. So let's hope so. And we're back on Tuesday, and Monday Adam's gonna do all the right things. Sorry, I had to do it.
I'll try to get some videos and show it to you. Anyways, I appreciate you guys in the comments. We'll get out here. Take care, guys. Have a good week. Bye.